Hey guys, it's Dr. Robotnik64, and this is a game called Evil, so let's do it then. So I found this game while browsing the IndieDB website. On a side note, IndieDB actually has some pretty interesting games on there, so I might actually make videos for some of the games there. But basically what this game is that it's a horror game, but it has to be one of the weirdest games that I've ever played in my entire life, if not the weirdest. This is another video with post-commentary, but I want to make a video of this game with commentary, so yeah. So first of all, apparently you go to your cabinet or something, and you have to get dressed, and then you open the door, and you find yourself in a weird place with just a door off in the distance. So you just pretty much walk up to the door, and actually you don't even have to, because the thing is that you can actually progress through the game by just basically clicking on the door. So that's all you have to do. You don't even have to get like actually up close to the door in order to actually open it. So yeah, so there you go. Doesn't really look like a door. Looks like somebody just drew a door on a wall. Then you look behind you, and then that thing comes out of nowhere. And all of a sudden you're upside down, and then you wake up to find out that it was just a really weird nightmare. So yeah, so as you can see, it's 7:30, and at this point the alarm clock is actually making noise, but I actually recorded this with my voice because I thought it wasn't going to go off sync, so you don't actually hear it. But yeah, so I turned the alarm clock off by basically clicking on it, and then I have to go and get dressed again, so I'm going to do that right there, and then all of a sudden it changes again. So then we open this door again, and there we go, I just broke the door right off the hinges, and then everything's all staticky and blurry, but we still have to get to the door, so yeah. I will say this about the game though, even though it is a pretty weird game, it's actually quite detailed. To be honest, I'd actually say it's pretty much like a modern day version of LSD Dream Emulator, because that's pretty much what it is. So I open the door, and all of a sudden we're transported to a giant room with rotating rectangles and cubes, and after a bit of walking we finally come up to this thing, and we're transported to here. So yeah, this is basically almost like a jumping puzzle, and I fell. Now here's the thing, when you do actually fall in the game you don't die, so yeah, there you go, I actually landed on the ground unscathed, and apparently I'm walking on a face now. And then you can click on this thing to try again. But if you don't want to do that, you can just click on the door all the way over there, because as you can see, that actually works. So yeah, and all of a sudden we're transported to this long corridor, and apparently there is a road on the floor, a road on the ceiling, and a road on the walls. So clearly the person who made this game couldn't think of better textures to use for something like this, but oh well. So here's the door, so we're just going to click on it here, and apparently the game freezes at this point, and there we go. And then you're greeted to this thing over here, and that actually over there is a face, and there's nothing behind me, so we're just going to continue on here. So yeah, I pretty much do not know what else to say about this game, so I just really do not know. It's just really weird. I just cannot think of anything to say. Although there does appear to be something in the distance, which I also have no idea what that is. It's orange. Could possibly be an asteroid, I'm not sure. But then you can just click on it, and then you're transported to here. Now, throughout all of the parts of the game, there are ambient noises that play in the background. And this one is actually pretty cool, because when you actually move to like the left and the right, the perspective of your character changes. Like, see, everything changes. So it's almost like the field of view changes. But the only thing that ruins this part for me is, well, the ambient noises, because the ambient noises aren't really ambient noises at all at this part. Just some woman screaming loudly that she's going to kill herself, apparently. And I'm not joking about that either. That literally plays at this part of the game. And then, for some reason, I get stuck here, so I'm basically forced to listen to this woman scream loudly in my eardrums. So time to click on the door again. And then the game freezes. Perfect. And then here's another weird thing. Look at this. Yeah. And actually, I forgot to mention this before, the cursor stays on the screen for some reason, so it's kind of like Slendytubbies. But seriously, what the heck is this now? That thing just looked like the Joker from Batman. Like, seriously, what is this? Like, what am I even watching here? This almost looks like a collection of terrible home movies. That's literally what this looks like. There we go, that doll almost had like a creeper face on it. Like, I don't even see how this could even remotely be considered scary. So then I click on the door again, and then all of a sudden, yeah, the perspective changes, but it's still the same video. I have no idea whether or not I'm having a nightmare or having an acid trip. I'm really not sure. And then this guy, just looking at ya. So yeah, just asking, how was your day? As you can see, you can go right through him. I don't know, maybe he's lost in this crazy place as well. I'm really not sure. And clicking on that door doesn't work, but there's another door here. At least he turned off that movie I was watching. Goodness gracious. Then over here, it's kind of blurry, but these are actually floating televisions. The thing is that they actually have the same movie on them. So after a bit of walking, we finally come up to a door. As you can see, get very close to the televisions. So then we click on it, and now we're falling through the televisions. And we open the door again, and then some text. You can't die. And even if you want, you can't yet. Truer words have never been spoken. And then that TV over there says click me. So yeah, just way too obvious. Obviously not a jump scare. Obviously not. I'd like to take one of these TVs back home, but I can't. So I'm just going to click on this then. Alright, so what we got? And we got this creature right here. I have no idea, but he's sort of spazzing out as though he's having a seizure. He has that same face on him, but we can go right past him. And there we go, doesn't even harm you. He's back again, we can just go right through him. Forget the laws of physics. Then he's back again, so he obviously wants something from me. I'm not sure what, but the textures on the walls are changing. And then finally he's gone, and then this place. Click on the door again, and then that thing. And for the record, that thing did not scare me, even though it screamed very loudly in my ears. Still didn't scare me. All of a sudden, here's the Slender Man, just floating directly above a pool of lava. I have no idea what's going on. I asked the Slender Man, but he wouldn't tell me, so obviously this is all part of his evil scheme. Yeah, he's the one behind this, isn't he? He's the one behind this. I have no idea what the heck you're trying to prove by doing this, Slender Man. This is really not scaring me. If you're trying to make me go insane, though, it is sort of working. So if you don't mind, I am now going to click on this button with your symbol on it and destroy your secret base. And I have now been teleported to more floating platforms. So yeah, so we gotta do some more jumping here. So jumping in this game is relatively easy. Now, as you can see, when you fall off, you don't die. So once again, click on the door, and then this thing again. And once again, after a bit more walking, we finally come up to a door, and it looks like an actual door for once. And then this thing, yeah, there you go, just saying, hi, how are you doing? Doesn't actually attack me. Then we've woken back up, only to find that it was just another nightmare. So let's go and shut off my alarm clock then. Apparently can't shut off my alarm clock. It's been replaced by a disembodied head. And there you go, evil, the end. Now the thing is that the alarm clock actually still rings even though it's the end, but yeah. And you know what, that is actually pretty much evil. That's the entire game. So there you go, I have actually completed an entire game yet again. My goodness. But yeah, so, well, I guess that's pretty much it for this video then. So that's evil. So what are my thoughts on the game? I just have no idea. Like, I literally do not even know what to say. It's just like the weirdest game I've ever played. And unlike most horror games, this one actually did not scare me. It just didn't. I don't know, but the game is pretty well detailed. The graphics are amazing, but the gameplay I just find is, well, not so good. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. That's pretty much the only thing I can say. So it is basically like a modern day version of LSD Dream Emulator, so yeah. But still, if you want to play the game for yourself, I'll link you guys to it in the description of this video as always, so yeah. And I will probably play some more games that I find on IndieDB. I actually found another one on IndieDB. It looked pretty interesting, but I'm not going to say what it is, though, so you'll just have to wait and see in order to find out, so yeah. I will say this, though, it is another horror game, and it was actually created on the same engine that the original Slender Man's Shadow games were built on. So yeah, but that's pretty much the only clues I'm giving you, so. But yeah, so that's evil. So this is Dr. Robotnik64, thank you for watching. If you want, feel free to like or favorite this video or maybe subscribe, and also feel free to follow me on Twitter as I post alerts about videos I've recently uploaded to there, and the link to my Twitter account's in the description of all my videos, including this one, so yeah. But that's it for now, so I'll see you guys in the next video I make. Later.